Money don't get everything, it's true. But what
Did the audition, blasted off about 6 numbers, which were just standards, you know. And it was like they went in the corner and, you know, talked it over, and 10 minutes later it was like, yeah, you're in, and we're off to Hamburg, you know. It was as simple as that.
The whole scene in Liverpool was really booming and thriving. The Beatles weren't regarded as anything. Before they went to Hamburg, you know, nobody gave them the time of day. They weren't regarded as a good group at all.
We went out as one band, you know, but we compacted and became so tight and aggressive, you know, and energetic in our delivery. That formulated in Hamburg. It took the Hamburg audiences by storm. And of course, when we came back to Liverpool and played and stamped that authority, it was just like the kids in Liverpool had never seen, you know, or heard this type of music, you know. And we had the clothes to go with it, you know, the leather jacket image and the jeans and the cowboy boots and all this type of stuff. It was like, you know, what they'd seen on the films, you know, they'd actually, you know, they were now getting it on stage.
On their return to Liverpool, the Beatles were approached by local music store owner Brian Epstein to become their manager, a relationship that was to eventually reap huge rewards. To begin with, though, Epstein set about making subtle changes to the group's presentation.
We realised what Brian was trying to do, you know, he was making us more professional. What he did start to do very gently was sort of refine us on stage. I mean, okay, the leather still stayed there. But he turned around and sort of basically turned around and said, okay, because we used to go on stage and smoke and swear and, you know, drink on stage, you know, eat on stage and everything. It was just like, yeah, fine. We're performing, but we'll have a Coke and a hot dog and have a ciggy now and this type of stuff. And he'd spotted this, and he turned around and said, okay, I suppose in his way of looking at it, you know, he wanted us to be a little bit more professional. So the first thing that went was like a no smoking, no drinking, and no eating on stage.
What was the kind of date Brian told you that they didn't want you in the band anymore?
That would be, I mean, we'd already been down to Abbey Road, 6th of June, 62. We were supposed to go back, I think around about September to put the finishing touches to Lovely Day. Even though no date had been set, that was the approximate date that George Martin wanted us back. And of course, I think it was around about August 15th, August 16th, I was called into Brian's office. And that's when I was told, after playing the Cabin the night before, that the boys wanted me out, and it had already been arranged that, you know, Ringo was going to join the band on the Saturday.
But he didn't give a reason as to why?
Not a specific reason. I mean, there was no forewarning. I asked the reason because, you know, it didn't make sense to me. You know, I mean, one minute you were in, next minute you were out, and you had no reason to be ousted or something like that. So the reason which Brian gave was that the boys, and it wasn't anyone in particular, it was just that the boys felt that, you know, Ringo was a better drummer.
That amazed me because he created the atom beat. All the Liverpool drummers were copying him. People thought he was a fantastic drummer. Many regarded him as a far better drummer than Ringo.
I mean, a lot of people have turned around and said, you know, why didn't, you know, they contact you afterwards and try and explain the situation? Why didn't you try and contact them? And I think it's a case of, okay, I mean, they became the phenomenon they did. I mean, all of a sudden, you know, they were touring. You still tend to sort of, you know, prioritise yourself and preoccupy yourself with your own career. So the void gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And I think it reached a certain stage where it got past the point of no return. You know, it was like a case of, okay, let it be.